Now, I need to be sure. Is this... Am I the only one seeing myself? This is the third attempt now. Am I the only one hearing my... Please, let me know. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Yeah. I don't know. Okay. Okay, so it's back to saying waiting for craftify.com.ng. Oh, this shouldn't take forever. Oh, good. You can see me, you can hear me. That's good to know. At last, she's here.
Hey, I don't know
Hello.
what's wrong with my network. It's acting up and all.
It is the network, oh, my darling sis.
I even had to come outside to like fix the network. Maybe it's inside my house that's the problem.
I can imagine, but I can hear you loud and clear. I can see you clearly too.
Okay, now.
Mm,
Okay, okay.
okay,
Let me
so
attempt to go inside and see if it's
yeah, so
going
that
to.
you'll be more comfortable seated and yeah.
Yeah,
All right then. So thank you for joining. I see you, Zizi Pepper Flowers. I see you. Thanks for joining. It is the Crafters Chat with Zazie. And with me today is Mercy. Wow. As in, I go through your page and I'm wowed. I'm like, interesting. There is a key term that you use on your profile that just got me glued. You might not
okay.
know, but of course, let me let you know today. The biodegradable. So it
You're
made
a
me
nature person.
it made me a super fan the day I set my eyes on it. Because that's one issue we rarely talk about in this part of the world. So if your kind of
Mm-hmm.
craft promotes it, advocates it, then hey, girlfriend, we need to we need to double blow the trumpet
Loud.
for it. So well done. Yes. Well
Thank
done. So
you.
yes, Mercy Jayola is with me this afternoon, and
Mhm.
let me just it's like I'm about to chat with a huge, well recognized celebrity, but let me just comport myself so I wouldn't misbehave.
I'm shying. I'm shying.
Don't shy,
Please stop it.
don't shy, because the truth is, I I can't explain it. When I see people doing beautiful things with craft, it gives me joy. So I'm trying to like be very sane so I don't misbehave. But the truth is, you are noticed, you're noticed, and then you're celebrated. So don't think that what you're doing in your little corner is not appreciated. Yes, I'm a fan.
Okay.
I'm a fan. Yeah.
Okay. Recognize. Solid.
All right, so I was just using that opportunity to see if more people would join before we start proper.
Okay, before
But
we
I guess
start.
we can go right ahead since it's still going to be
Mm,
shared on the IGTV. All right, so I
okay.
would give you I would give you the let me give you the microphone to actually introduce yourself. Yeah, I know you as Mercy
Mhm.
Jaiola, and I also know that you work with, in fact, you're a multi-skilled crafter. You're a string artist. You work, you make baskets. Let's say that's cane crafting. And I'm sure you are a whole lot more. You are a broadcaster. Yeah, that makes the two of us. Yeah, you're a whole lot, but I wouldn't want to be the one saying what you are. Please go ahead and introduce yourself. Just scratch the surface. We'll still gist about it. Yeah, scratch the
Yeah.
surface with us. And of course, where you are, where we are communicating with you from. You are in the north at the moment. Yeah.
I
So,
mean, yeah, still north. Abuja is north, right?
was that? Okay, so before you now start to introduce yourself, let me say, Hope you understand Hausa. Kadan
Ina
kadan.
kokari. Ina kokari.
Even
Ah,
myself don't
kokari dai.
understand. Myself don't understand, but you know, the little that I understand, I can flaunt it, yeah.
Mm.
You know, Sanu,
Mm-hmm.
Sanu, my guest.
Saninki. Saninki.
All right, so go
Zaki ce
ahead.
maraba da zuwa.
Hey, I
Okay.
don't know that one. No.
Ina miki maraba.
What's that? Translate,
That's
please.
welcome. Welcome. You're
Oh,
welcoming me.
oh, okay. All right then. Okay, go ahead,
Yeah.
Mercy. Let's get to meet you first off.
Okay. In a nutshell, my name is Mercy Shoto Jayola. I hail from the West, but I was raised in the North. So most of the way I do my things are like the Northerners do. So in fact, they practically said they sold me to the North and all that. I speak Hausa quite fluently, actually. Not bad. I read and write, sometimes translate a little
Oh,
Hausa.
nice.
And my basic the course I studied, of course, we go to school and study stuff, is English. I studied with civil engineering, but somehow I found my way in English. And I've always loved to create stuff. I've always loved to make things, to build things, to do stuff. So the corporate world, it wasn't just my thing, you know. The white collar jobs wasn't just my thing. So along the line, I began to pick up skills. I learned a lot of skills along the way. I do bricklaying, plastering, iron bending, construction work. I even wire. I can wire a house, electric work. So I picked quite a lot of things along the way, but I began to streamline because I had this focus, I had this goal. I wanted something that I could use to give back, something I could use to empower others. So I began to try so many things. And then when I got to Kano, I grew up in Kano. I left for school, I went back. When I got back, I saw these people making craft pieces. I just picked that up too. I thought, okay, yeah, let me try this thing. And I thought, okay, if I do this thing, I should do it in a way that it will be different from what others are doing. Like there should be a sign that yes, this person went to school. You know, there will be a difference from the street guys doing stuff and we that have, you know, the certificate and all. So I began to design some come up with some designs, think of concepts, think of things that would just be attractive and with a main goal of making sure that it's green, that is, it's not adding any bio waste to the environment and it's not taking too much from the environment. So we're giving and taking back. Everything is going to be balanced at the end of this. So those are my main objectives when it comes to creating a piece and all that. So that's how I became a craftswoman in a nutshell. So I became a craftswoman, you know, because of the English I studied thing, speaking fluently. I delve into media. I do red carpet hosting, event hosting, broadcasting. You know, I was working with some women, beautiful women, on a TV talk show, which is still in the works. Okay, and all that. So all those things I try to do. I thought, okay, I can't be doing everything, so I have to focus. Okay, because when you don't focus in life, you become confused
Mm-hmm.
because there's so many things one. Everybody has that capacity of being anything he or she wants to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I chose media and craftswomanship, as I call it. I don't like saying craftsmanship. I'm a woman. So craftswomanship and media. These are the two core things I do. So every other thing is by the side now. It's just craftswomanship and media. So
Media.
when it comes to event hosting, in fact, there's an event I'm supposed to go host in, no, not hosting, doing a red carpet for in Casina on the 1st of August. That one is also coming up. So when it comes to event hosting, blah, 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 I'm there. When it comes to craft making, designing beautiful pieces, I'm there. So I want to just be known for those two things. So it's easy. Even though I do other things along the way, I do other things along the way. I just want to be known for these two things majorly. I think I'm just
Mm-hmm.
so I think that's the summary. Let me stop there. That's
That's the
summary. Let me
summary.
stop.
But of course, we're still going to delve into a whole lot of things. But before we go
Mm.
further, and it just makes me super excited again that you mentioned that because that seemed to be like my line of thought as well. Yes, I love craft. I love to explore the world of craft. I love to promote craft, and I'm also in the media. Yeah. So, and I see the power of the media. I see that a craft talks, creativity talks is very, very minute in the media. We don't see it as much as we see talk about music, drama, acting, sport, and all of that. So
That's a fact.
I came up with craft journalism. Yeah, so which is going to like focus on craft, talk about craft, encourage craft, celebrate crafters, promote craftsmanship, and all of that. So I see we are connecting in a way in our line of thought. So let's keep
Yeah,
it up.
yeah. We need craft broadcasters, because if we're not able to sell the market we have, then people will not be encouraged to delve into this line of
Exactly.
work. So we need you
Exactly.
guys a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Because let me even bring us back to something else that I started way back. I remember when I started the Crafters Conference, and yeah, a few people that I
Okay.
knew I spoke to, and the response I got was like, "Who does that? That can't happen. That doesn't make
Just
sense.
imagine.
Have you seen that done before? It can, all those cannot happen line of thoughts." And
Yeah,
thankfully
yeah.
took them as the push and I made it happen. Yeah, of course, with the collaboration of a
Mm,
few friends who also believed in the dream. So pushing
yeah.
that made me now to connect with a whole lot of crafters, just like I connected with you. By the way,
Yeah.
Joycey made the connection with you possible.
Okay, which Joycey?
Joycey Awoshika.
I should know the person. The name sounds very, very, very familiar. I have an issue with that. I can forget names and faces.
Yeah, she actually made
Which
this
Joycey?
connection. She made this connection possible
Okay.
because I believe, yeah, she found
Okay.
your page first, and then she was like, have you seen her? Do you know her? I'm like, no, I've not met her. And I went through your profile. I'm like, what? Wow, Kano,
Okay.
Abuja, the North. And yeah, so that she
Okay.
initiated this. Don't worry, we'll talk about that
Yeah.
another day.
Let's
Now,
be networking.
talking
Mm.
about craft, talking about you having the confidence to explore it, and imagine that you even went to school. Your educational background doesn't have anything to even do with what you're currently doing. How did that happen in your mind? Now you have to take us way back memory lane, take us on that journey. How did it come? When the thought just come and you decided with confidence you just wanted to go through it and you wanted to travel that journey. And aside you taking that decision, the people around you, how did they take it? Were you encouraged? Were you discouraged? What roles did you play to get you where you are today, believing that you can go farther beyond now?
Oh, okay, okay. So I think I will just take you back to where I started from initially. Um, I always wanted to be, it's sometimes life in Nigeria is somehow you have a set pattern for yourself, and then things happen. I'm not saying I regret any step of the way, because it made me who I am today, and I'm very proud of who I am today.
Yeah,
I wanted to be an engineer, a civil engineer. Like that was it just was on my mind. I want to be a civil engineer. I want to be best in the field. I want to do this. I want to do that. This is what I would do. So many things about engineering. That was just my focus. But when I started with engineering, stuff happened and my course was changed. And that was when okay, instead of, since I can't do this thing I want, I'll go and do the option, which is English. I love to speak fluently. In fact, I'm this noisy person. If there's 50% in a room and one person is making noise, it'll be me. Yeah. So I said, okay, let me do that. And then that's why I went for English. And then along the way, you have to work. I wasn't raised with a silver spoon, so I had to hustle on the street. You know what I'm saying? So I was picking up skills, because I realized that if you don't have skills, computer skills, IT skills, so many skills, you cannot be relevant in the job world, in the world of what they
yeah,
call it, the white collar world. So
yeah.
so I
Job
picked up
market.
those skills along the line, and the job market, beautiful. So I picked up those skills along the line, and I began to work. I did several jobs, but I noticed that it wasn't working for me. I couldn't do the 9 to 5. I go to the office, I'm bored. I was skipping jobs. I was leaving one job to the other. I worked as a research officer before. I worked with a research company. I've worked as a secretary before. I've worked as an office assistant before. I've worked as a marketer before. Like I was just doing these jobs and quitting. I didn't work up to 4. The longest I worked was 7 months in an organization. I would just quit because I wasn't finding joy. I'm this person that I have to find joy in what I'm doing to do it. There's no joy, I am not there. That's my concept, because I like to give it everything I do my all, And these bosses, they always want me to stay because I use all my life to serve that work. I give it my all. I try to build passion for the thing. When I notice it's not working and it's killing my joy, I walk away. In fact, people now started saying I have a problem, that maybe they swear for me from my village or something. But they didn't understand that I was looking for something. I had something in mind. And aside that too, I wasn't just thinking of myself. I was thinking of other young ladies like me, that wasn't raised with a silver spoon. I saw what people, my peers, were doing. I even had to face that challenge. Okay, do you follow them, or do you set a pattern for yourself? Do you set a model for other young girls to look up to you and say, oh, she did this, I can do this? Many girls fall into the trap of just hanging out with guys to give them small petty change just to survive. But I said, no, I don't want to do that. And not just not wanting to do that, I want to help them too to live that kind of lifestyle, because everybody has a good potential in them. So I started to plan, okay, what can I do that will empower these people? That's one of the times I delved into marketing. All this multi-level marketing, they'll tell you bring 1 naira and you get 1 million naira. If you do this, you bring this. I thought, okay, maybe that could help. Maybe if I bring them, they can also get money. But I discovered very early that they were all just there to use you. If you don't have your money, don't even get involved. Just buy those products for the fact that they are good, but don't buy it because you want to get money. Because you have to use money to get those money. So I left that. And then later I realized that, okay, I think it's skill though, it's handwork. Because I attended some empowerment workshops, these workshops they keep doing and all that. I discovered if someone can package this workshop thing very well, it can actually be very useful. But I started thinking, what skill will I be teaching them? Because it's one thing to have a concept. I built a concept. What was the concept? The concept was, okay, train them in a particular handwork, a particular vocation, then create a market for them. Because when people learn vocations, most things, the first thing that discourages them is the market. I make beautiful pieces and there's no one buying. What will happen? And then I'll just fall to discouragement. Okay, I'm not doing it again. And that's the end of that skill. Just dump it somewhere. I have many skills I dumped because of that. No market. So I thought, okay, create a market for them, create a support system for them that will keep training them like that, like make sure their business is sustainable. Okay, well, what will that vocation be? Because if it's not something I love, I can't follow up. You get? If it's not something I'm passionate about, I can't follow up on them. So I said, okay, let me look for something. And that's how, in the course of life, years went by, I found craft making. And on my own, in fact, my instructors were perplexed because it didn't take more than 2 months for me to gather all the basic skills. By the end of 2 months, I was making, sorry, just a moment. By the end of 2 months, I was making designs that they didn't make.
You know, wow.
And to the love and memory of my instructor, he's late now, one of the ones I really love the most. There were two persons. He told me something. He said, Mercy, if you're focused on this path, you will go far. Like every day that I read that thing he says, like the things he said to me keeps ringing in my head. He said he saw the prospect in me. He said, Mercy, if you just remain focused, he kept saying that thing almost every time. You just remain focused, and God will bless you on this path you're going. Because what you're doing, I see the passion, and with passion, whenever you have passion for anything, you actually go far. Even if it's poop, you are rapping and selling. If you have passion for that thing, you will sell market. You get so. I now thought, okay, this is what I love to do. Even if I will not just use this vocation alone, but I will start with this vocation and see how I can help at least 50 women first. And then I started planning. Immediately I came up with, after learning, not only 3 months, I'm learning this thing. I registered a limited liability company. My friends were like, you're crazy. The last money I had, I used this. I registered my company. I did my logo. I did so many things. Then I gathered money. I did the first pilot project. I trained 50 women in Kano on how to make just a simple waste basket. Do you know that even if the response from the women didn't encourage me, I was motivated by the few that were interested. About 7 or 10 of them followed up. They started coming after because it was a 3-day training. They followed up and they started coming to my house, Miss Mercy this, Miss Mercy that. And I was impressed. Wow, this thing can really work. And then I began to draft my proposals. I began to reach out to NGOs, even for coronavirus this year. We're supposed to go to about 5 states to train women and youth, young men. I'm
Mm.
focusing on women. They say I'm partial, but yes, just young men under 18, we can take you, but women completely.
Completely, yeah.
So that's how it got to that point. You get the passion for creativity, one, and the passion to help other young ladies like me to become the best version of themselves.
Mm.
Those two things were the major pivotal for everything I did. And up to now, they're still the things I look forward to see that I get to the stage where I have women who are empowering me too. Like one of the women in my, I see so many women, so many amazing women in my life. One of them, I don't know if you heard of her, Mrs. Joko Tade. She runs this Joko Tade Foundation. She's one of the women that behind to empower me because I'm getting empowerment too. I can't empower others if I'm not empowered myself.
Mm-hmm,
So I
mm-hmm.
empower people because I am also getting empowerment. So if I can be empowered, others too can be empowered. You get so it's just the basic thing behind the whole thing. So I think I answered your question, right? So
You
that's
you
just the thing. Passion.
you've gone beyond what I expected, but I was just totally enjoying the talk
Okay.
because it's super inspiring. You mentioned something as well that just sustained my attention, which is empowering people. Yeah, that is one of the core essence of our existence. You acquire not just for you, but to share. Because by the time you share, by the time it is well spread, in one way or the other, it comes back to you. The growth of those people that you're empowering, even if they do not come back to you to say thank you, in a way, their growth is going to give you a sense of fulfillment that you're going to be at peace with for the rest of your life. So that is just
Exactly. And
one
they also
key,
empower others.
yeah, that is just one key thing that needs to be done, that needs to be achieved, that needs to sink in our minds as individuals. And I must commend you once again that you're doing well, and it's a very, very inspiring path that you're taking. Now, in answering the question where I pointed how you encourage yourself, how you became very confident that this is a path you want to tread, I guess you early enough, correct me if I'm wrong, I guess early enough you were able to discover what you want. Because a lot of people, a lot of us, we could have been distracted by, no, money na coco, hey, whether you have happiness or not. The once I have my official car, official house, hundreds of thousands in my account every week, I don't care about happiness. Money can buy happiness. You were able, from your narration, it is crystal clear that you were able to differentiate. Like, is it this material things that you want or personal fulfillment? So you chose personal fulfillment above that. And from your narration, I
Yeah.
also gathered that you are just like I tagged myself that too. So please do not be offended. You're a greedy learner. I am a greedy learner. I was a greedy learner.
100%.
I see something, I want to know how it is made. I want to see if
Yeah.
I can make it. I didn't even think of it
Mm-hmm.
for monetary benefit. I just want to know how is it made. It is me way back. It is me you would see at the carpenter's workshop. I'm always with the plumber when they're fixing. I'm always with the mechanic. I just want to see how this is done. I'm asking questions. I just want
Yes.
to be able to do them myself until I was able to now see that, okay, papercraft is mine, papercraft, and then spreading the gospel of the diverse kinds of craft that we have. So which is also falling under the media, which is also falling under the loud it,
Yeah.
spread it, encourage it, inspire people, create market spaces for these people. Because the truth is, a lot of creative people do not want to explore their creativity because they are not convinced that there is a market for it. Yeah. But if we are
They
able
just
to
feel it's
come
they
together,
just get by.
Yeah, so for if you're able to come together, get people to appreciate work of art, handmade items, made in Nigeria, made in Africa items, the market will definitely be well created and of course sustained. So bit by
Yeah.
bit, individuals doing stuff, we just must come together to connect and work on this. Okay, now moving a bit further, you are the founder of Afrocraft.
Craftify Limited.
No, I just want to pick it from Afrocrafts. Are you not?
Afrocraft is my own brand, like me, it's me. I decided
Oh,
to give myself that nickname because I do Afro and then I craft. I used to call myself MC Fit as a nickname before. MC Fit because I was doing this personality profile. Well, in Kano State, where I go to places, I meet people, I talk about them, and I post it on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel for that. So, but later I thought, okay, MC Fit is not really fitting you. So let me do something different. I know, okay, what could happen? I was with some friends, the round table ladies, actually. And I was like,
mhm.
I'm trying to change my name or nickname. And someone said Afro lady or something. And another person said Afro. Someone said craft. And then said Afro craft. That's like, so
Oh,
Afro craft is the brand. Mm,
oh, okay. You can imagine. I was assuming that you were thinking African craft.
no,
Okay. All
Afro,
right. Okay,
then
yeah, I
craft.
see. I have a better understanding of that. Okay, yeah, so your personal brand is the Afrocraft, and then you founded Craftify. Now that is another
Craftify
thing,
Limited.
yeah, that's another thing I found on your page that really got my attention. Yeah, different things about you got my
Okay.
attention. Craftify, it sounds really nice. It is like it is really nice. How did you come about that? Yeah, that is the question that you answered that for Africa. But how did you come about Craftify?
What is this handle online? Mr. Mubarak. I have certain persons in my life that are just there when I need ideas. I relate with them. I gist with them, and I start to talk up with them. So this person, Mr. Mubarak, is one of those people I look up to when it comes to business ideas and stuff. And we were chatting, and I told him I want to coin a business name. Oh. I gave him several options. I told him, okay, this, that, and we started brainstorming. I wanted to do K for Craftify, but I was like, I don't want people to think too far. Let it be easy
Craft.
because some people are already using Craftify online. I'm like, but let's just use Craftify. Well, add limited to it, and then so somehow that's how we came up with it. Just in one night, since
Well,
we're going to be crafting stuff, so let's use Craftify.
it sounds really nice. Okay. So, and then, okay, I said I was going to bring up the roundtable stuff. Is it also related to crafts and all of that, or totally different?
No, no. The round table was birthed by Yasmin Obadeke, a lady in Kano State. She's into the media. So she
Okay.
just thought, okay, come up with this show where we have ladies with northern orientation come up to discuss issues that matter to people, trending issues, pending issues, like that. So it's away from Craftify.
You work from
So it's
craft.
just me being on the show that makes it related to Craftify. Yeah, but it has nothing to do with Craftify.
Okay, fantastic. So your response now has also clarified that being a creative, being a crafter doesn't mean that you just have to be a crafter. You can be of many parts and you will be very successful in it. And you are confirming that. So which is also good. Bravo. So let's go into the craft part of you now. What are the key kinds of craft
Okay,
that
good.
you explore? Yeah, the string art. I know I'm very fascinated about the string art, the poster, and all of that. Yeah, I remember when I had a chat with another guy here who is into string art, 5 and 10 craft zone. He's also he does brilliant work. So discovering you,
Okay.
yeah, is another beautiful experience for me. So tell us about it. What are the core or the key kinds of craft that you explore and that you teach other women?
Basically, it's just home office appliances and
Mm,
furniture. appliances like catty holders, accessory holders, jewelry boxes, shoe rack, okay? Then
Mm.
furniture like chairs, bed, wall pieces, designs and all. Wall pieces is where you have the string art falling in. You have those other small decorations you do on the wall and stuff.
Mm.
Practically any kind of craftsmanship,
Yeah.
because whatever you can imagine, I can create. That's what I say to my customers. Long as you can imagine it, I can sketch it out. I can create. I do all my sketches myself. I birth my designs myself. I can see an object and get an idea from it. I go back to tweak it and then see how I can actually bring it to life and make it reasonable. I made my traveling box. The box I used to travel around. I made it. I don't know if you maybe I posted. I think I've not posted this one because I'm still working on the design. Let me just show. How can I switch my camera? Let me just show you my traveling box.
I would
Let me
love
see
to
if I can
see
switch
that.
this camera.
Thanks all for joining.
Oh, okay. Sorry, just a moment, please.
Yes, no problems.
Okay, yes, beautiful. So this is it. This
Oh,
is the traveling box.
beautiful. Beautiful. And it's
You
very
can see
light,
it
not
clearly.
heavy, or is it?
Light. It's light. See. And then it has tires. You can roll it.
Oh.
So, but this is like the second design of the traveling box. It's not on sale yet. I'm still working on the design. So the point I'm trying to make is that I come up with designs and then
Yeah.
I try them out and then I track them until I'm sure that it works for the market before I
Mm.
put it out in the market. So I'm designing now is for top notch caliber. And let's make it very expensive. Okay, but
Oh,
the thing that
nice.
differentiates me actually that makes me stand out from every other craft person is the materials I use. I don't use any kind of grass rope. If you notice that box now, it's shining. It's the color remains like that for as long as the box exists. We have palm front ropes. We have ropes they make out of palm front. Grass ropes, it's not grass rope, palm front ropes. Those ones are the one they call kaba. It's one they use in the north a lot. It's one that's most rampant. You see them, they turn brown after a while. Then we have cane. Then we have willow. Willow we use for framing. And then cane, you use the weave too. Cane is fantastic. I love cane. I use cane in some parts too, but I feel lots of people are already working with cane. Let's do something, let's work with a different material. And to explore the market, we have to go and find, if I right now, one of the major projects I'm on is to go and find where to get this grass root from in Togo there and try to plant it here in Nigeria so that we can have it in Nigeria. We can have, once we have our rope here, it will make our items cheaper and then more efficient. We also create jobs from it. People will put people out to work to farm them, and also people to twine the ropes and all that. So, that's what makes me stand out. The fact that I'm using this particular kind of grass rope to do my work, and then designing, coming up with ideas. I'll just sit down and think, okay, what do I need? Like when I first designed the catty holder. Oh, I don't have a finished one. I'm sure, but you see it on my page. The catty holder, that one you hang on the wall and do small
Yeah.
things, small items.
Mm-hmm.
One day I came back home and I was like, I misplaced my key, and I was wondering where did my key go? Oh, what if I can have something that's going to be on the wall just next to the door, and then I can drop my keys inside and all. And then I just thought of that. I designed it and I made it. The first design was a bit wider. It was awkward, just fine. In fact, a customer bought that first design. I was like, yeah,
Wow.
the design. No, no, that is the one I want. That very old one is the one I want. And
Oh,
the person,
nice.
you know, so I basically come up with designs from my own needs.
Mm.
When I do that, and I say, okay, when I wanted to train the women in Kano, I thought, okay, there are some designs that are complex. Our frames, you have to start from the frame.
Yeah.
A craft piece starts from the framing. You have to first know how to put your frame together. These women may not be encouraged when you have to tell them that they'll take a hammer, they'll take a nail, they have to hammer something before they're able to make their piece. They could be discouraged. It's okay. What we did was we did all the frames for them. And part of what the Craft People Network, which I coined, will be doing is we'll be making the frames. So when you want to buy, you want to make a piece, you can just tell us, oh, this is what I want to make. we'll give you the frame. You just go and do the finish work, the tying and the weaving. You just go and do that. So it's easy for you. So
Mm.
that's what we did. We made the frame, gave them the frames, and taught them the tying and the weaving. So
Mm.
I forgot. Remind me, what am I trying to answer? What question am I trying to answer again? I
Yeah,
got too carried away.
you were just to respond to your kind of crafts. That's the kind of craft that you focus on. But it's quite interesting and
Okay. Okay.
to note that I don't know if you already have a term that you're using to coin your kind of craft because we cannot say it is cane craft because you
Mm-mm.
don't use just cane. So do you have any
It's
name
just
for
grass
that?
rope. Honestly, I don't have a name right now. I've been thinking about that thing. Like, what can I use to define the kind of craft I do? No name. I just the rope, the material I use, basic material is grass rope. I can weave on anything. I've refurbished someone's iron chairs before, steel chairs. And you must have seen it on one of my posts. The
Hmm.
chairs, the nylon on them, these China chairs now, they put all these
Yeah,
their fancy nylon. The nylon tore off.
yeah.
I refurbished with this rope I'm doing. You get,
Mm.
so I don't know, it's just grass rope craft.
Stroke craft.
That's basically what we call it.
But of
Grass
course,
rope craft.
from the explanation that you've given to your kind of craft, it appears um, cane craft would also come in easy for you.
No, that's not basically cane is not the main thing I do. Cane is, by the way.
No, no, I'm saying that cane craft would come in easy for you. It's not as if you cannot do it, but your focus is on
Okay, no,
using.
I do.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
have some
saying.
cane work. It's on my page. I do furniture. Basically, you use cane
Mm-hmm.
mostly. But when you want to use this rope, is when you're making table, maybe center table, the top of it, or maybe inside of a couch. We still use cane. Cane is actually like the background, the backbone of um
Of what you do.
of most of what we do.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Nice. And now, how would you say when you started acquiring all of this knowledge, and by that I mean your crafting skills, did you start with physical classes, or your curiosity took you online as well, and you stumbled on pages, videos? How did it all start?
I think they both fell in at the same time, both the online and the physical classes. I started taking the physical classes, and then I began to read, and I was drawn to Pinterest,
Mm.
Pinterest, Pinterest. I don't know how they call it. So I now
Mm.
began to see design. I was
Oh,
now looking up designs, concepts, ideas. So as I was learning with a
mm,
mindset of just knowing the basics. And when you talked about being a greedy learner, it's not a bad thing to be a greedy learner. When I see people, when I see stylists making hair or doing a hairdo, I go to look at what they're doing. Maybe they're doing a new kind of style. It's not because I want to make hair, even if I do make
yes.
hair. I'm a stylist too. But
Mm,
I'm trying to learn the basic concepts behind what they're doing. How can I tweak that into craft making when I'm making? Because it's also craft. As a stylist, styling
yeah,
hair is making
it
crafting. You know,
is.
craft, people forget that crafting is a concept. Okay, you have to understand the concept and then tweak it to fit into whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
When I see people who are maybe mixing gravels or painting or doing any kind of skill, I'll pay attention because that thing they're doing can give me an idea of how I can check my work. I learned to
Mm,
spray some of my pieces when I saw people mixing. What they did a class on how to make this liquid soap, and they're talking about sodium base, the things they add to mix the soup. And I'm, okay, paints of certain paints are made up of certain chemicals that can actually work on grass rope. Because if you put the normal spray on the grass rope, it will stay. It will clean off after a while. But how can
mm,
I check to make sure that it stays? And that's how I got the
okay.
idea and I worked on it. So being a
Mm,
green learner is not a problem. Just grab the basic concept and tweak it to work for you. You
yeah.
understand? So my basic material is just a grass rope. I work with cane too. I work with wood. I work with willow. I work with raffia. All these things I work with, but I just come up with new concept, new faces, or a new face to a common design. So I think that's about
Fine.
what I do.
Hello. I'm double proud today.
So
Okay, now another thing I want you to I want us to address is, okay, it is fantastic that you are spreading the knowledge, getting more women to be empowered, and of course expressing these creative skills. Now, where are you looking at for market for them? Any experience or any plans for conferences? Oh, no, exhibitions. I don't know why I keep conference keep coming to my head. Exhibitions, maybe, have them display their wares and then, of course, get the public to come and buy. Has that happened? Are you planning it?
yes, we've been to a few exhibitions in the past. Last year we were at a major exhibition in Lagos, the Slay Festival. We were there and we exhibited, even if the turnout wasn't as expected, but at least we went there. I discovered that it's easier to say to buy over their products than to say they should come and go for an exhibition because of the locations they may be in and the costs it will incur. So
Just
that's why that Craftify network will be buying from them, maybe paying half on initial when they bring the item, and then paying half when the item is sold, just to make sure that their business is not stuck because of sales. You
yeah,
get, and that's why we have a quality control unit that makes sure that ensures that whatever they're bringing is good enough to
quality.
sell on the platform. So it's not going to ruin our name, and then it's still good. It's not going to spoil the market. Our market focus for now is the craft lovers across Nigeria and then outside Nigeria. So we're looking at international exhibitions. It's one of the things we're working on actually. We're trying to collaborate with embassies like German embassies. They go for international but all these things just stopped. Like we were just stuck like from March because of the coronavirus thing. By now we should have gone far on all these things, but we will still do it. Long as there's life,
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
hope, and there's a
yeah.
possibility. So
Mm.
we're still going to do it, and we're trying to create an audience online too. It's part of the things in the works. Our website is just undergoing a small upgrade. We're going to turn it into a proper e-commerce site, so we promote it a lot, so that these people bring in their pieces, even if it's not the one we have taught them. Any other thing they do that is craft
It's
and is good, we have a section
completely.
for that.
Mm.
So we promote massively. We want to do massive promotions. We want to be known at least number one craft product sellers in Africa. So people know us that when it comes to our website, you get almost any kind of craft piece you're getting. But we're starting from this one I'm doing for now. For a start, you have
Yeah.
to first make people believe in you before you can now try to include other things. So you're not a jack of all trades and master of none. So when we
Mm.
get to that, we will promote anything they're doing. If you even get to a point where we invite people that do sculpturing, people that do molding, where we're doing our trainings to train sections of women. So in every state, we have groups of craft people. So when we get orders like, okay, we need 1 million baskets on our website, we have these people are just we just call up all the team leads. We have an order, take care of it. So
Yeah.
their market, they're ready market for them all the time. And one of the things we're also working on is to build our factory where we have a warehouse, even if there's no market at the moment, just to encourage these people. When they make something, we will buy it and store it.
And stuff them up. Wow.
Crafting, as long as you use the best materials, it will not go bad. It's an investment we're going to make just for the women. You make something, it's awesome. At least you should deliver one or two craft pieces every week, each woman. So you cannot say you don't have money to eat. Even if at least that maybe from the two craft pieces you're bringing, you're making 3,000, 4,000 naira from it. You will survive. You don't have to
Mm.
wait for anybody to give you money. From that 4K you are making that week, you save up maybe 2K from it. I use 2K to buy provisions for yourself for the week. At the end of the month, you have good money. Before you know it, you're saving up. So if you're very hardworking and every day you can drop a craft piece, who is
Yeah.
going to, you can't go hungry.
Oh,
You get,
this
so that's
excites me.
the,
Yeah, it's a brilliant idea
yeah,
you've
so
got
that's
there.
the big picture.
Yeah, and it's a very, very brilliant picture. Mercy, I will just join heart with yours that God will grant you all the strength and the support that you would need to get this to a reality. And know for sure that
Amen.
I, moi, Zazie, I'm a big fan.
We'll get there.
We'll get
Yeah,
there.
boys.
We'll get there. And yes, another thing actually came to mind. I actually wish that we had met before now. There is this event that usually takes me to the north. It's called a crafters hangout. Yeah, we would have had
Okay.
like few editions this year, but God has said no, it will not happen,
Mm.
and all of that. So I guess
The virus,
we should have
yeah.
that. Yeah, we should have that opportunity to meet post COVID-19. We should be able to have the hangout
Yeah.
together and see how we can talk further and see how we can work together.
Mm.
Big shout out to the
Yeah.
women that you have trained. Big
Yeah.
shout out to you for what you're doing. And let's keep doing what we're doing. Your story is quite inspiring. Yeah, you're you're one of the very many that I've come across who well educated. In fact, the course of study and then you're into craft and you're doing well and you're not holding it to yourself, you're spreading it, which is super cool. So please keep it up and see. It is good. I scheduled that I was going to also ask you about partnerships and collaborations, but of course from your responses you have
We're
confirmed
open.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
confirmed it.
Very open to collaboration. Anything that will move us towards accomplishing our goal. The goal for
Mhm.
this year was to train at least 1,000 women. But, because of circumstances, we're not training. So we're
Yeah.
moved into next year. So at least 1,000 women next year need to be trained, and we'll follow up with them for the next 2 years to see how they'll grow, and like that. And another thing, when we talk further, is to meet this art and craft council, even if the way they are doing it in Nigeria is actually funny, but we'll meet them and see how we can collaborate with other craftsmen and and women in the field, in the industry, to see how we can promote the thing.
Mhm.
And another painful thing, maybe this is talk for another day, but I just want to bring it up. Many of, for example, in Abuja, many of the place joints you see they are selling craft pieces. It's not the people that make them that are selling them.
Hmm.
I know you get my point. It's not the people who are making them that are selling them. I'm not saying it's wrong for someone to go and collect craft and sell. I'm just saying, I just imagine how much they'll be cheating those people, because the rate, I'm not saying it's good, it's business, it's still business, but the rate at which they sell it is very, very far lower than the rate at which they buy it from these people. For example, I priced a basket and they were about 6 or 7 thousand naira. The original cost price for that basket is no more than 1 2 or 1 4. Then maybe they buy from those people who are making it at margin of 1 5, and they're making that much profit margin on it. It's cheating. So I'm trying to like make a balance whereby the person who is making it will make a good enough profit, at the same time the company too will adjust a tiny little thing just to promote, just to cover the cost of the sales and all that. We're not saying pay for facility or anything, you understand? So there's so many things that we have to like work on gradually as time goes on, but we'll start one thing at a time, of course. So get to meet the council. We have a council in Nigeria, Art and Craft Council. I've not been an opportunity to go and meet them to myself, to register with them and all that. But it's one of the things we do. And then because when you meet those people, you can now, okay, this is what I do. Zazie is out to talk for us, give us a voice, loud this matter. And then we start making collaborations. We go to what do you call them, broadcast stations, and try to come up. This your program should be airing on one of these shows for crying out loud. It's better than many of these funny shows we watch on TV. So we need to work on it and then do something. It's a good
Funny,
one. It's good.
funny enough, this was actually planned to be a television series, but pushing it,
Mm,
it had never been successful until
mm,
COVID-19. So a friend now threw the challenge at me that, what are you doing? Must it be on television? And then because you'd want it to be quite okay, the quality of picture, if it has to be on
Yeah.
YouTube, the studio for you to
Yeah.
use to interview the people. And then you're like, why don't you use Instagram
Mm,
Live and start all of this thing? Let's see. I was
yeah. So
okay.
they still post, right?
Yeah, but the television is
Mm,
still in mind. But of course,
yes.
starting with this online.
Iowa, mm, Iowa TV once interviewed me, but it's Hausa they speak and all. It's
Oh,
Hausa they do, but they'll take. I don't think they'll take an English program on Iowa TV. Where Wazobia maybe would likely take a program like this. So let's just work on something. If you
yeah,
want to reach out to them, you should place this thing. Give it just a 10-15 minutes show, just to to showcase what we have in Africa, the
exactly.
craft. Then we can
Mhm.
be Pan African, other countries will coming in, we're
True,
going far.
true.
Honestly, I commend what you're doing. So when I saw that, when you reached out to me that day, I was like, okay, who is this person now? And I went to your page and said, like, yeah, she's doing a very good job. I definitely want to talk to her because I know that you're one of the persons we need. People who appreciate these craft pieces, who appreciate
Mhm.
craft and art, and ones that can speak for it.
Mm,
And the thing is, in one of my, I said something. I said, if you go back in history, say 500, 500 years back,
mm.
our original lifestyle was focused on craft pieces. All our furnitures, even our cooking items, were made from local craft. It's just this colonization that messed us up. And look at what it's doing to the
Civilization,
environment.
no. You want to be Western.
I'm not saying don't live large. Don't live. Nobody say don't live large, but think of the consequence that thing is having on the environment. They keep shouting global warming, global warming, global warming, and they forget that it starts right from their houses. So these are the things that we have to like keep talking, keep working. I know we can't change it all
Mm,
at once, but we'll keep doing our
mhm.
part, okay, to see that we encourage people to focus on the green path. My
Yeah.
slogan, I think, our vision or our mission is to create green wealth in a green economy.
Wow.
So the
Yeah.
focus is make money, but make sure everywhere is also natural. You live nature the way you find nature.
You know, one of the most common commentaries for this COVID-19 experience is that it's as if God has pressed
Mm,
a reset button for the earth. Like,
yes,
let things just
yes.
go into their
The
natural
earth is
state.
resting.
Let it
Ah,
come back to the greenery. Let
yes.
it, don't kill the earth, human beings. I hope we
I
learn.
hope.
It's quite coincidental that we couldn't really touch on. Instagram gives us 1 hour, so we couldn't really touch the
Okay.
biodegradable aspect of Craftify. But I stayed
Mm,
assured that when we have the opportunity to have a chat again, we'll have a whole lot of things to talk about, Mercy. Believe me. Yeah. You
no
mentioned
worries.
the point of getting things directly from the crafters and then selling so that they get the gain. Yeah, it is so sad that a lot of people, a lot of creatives that are doing the hard work are not getting
Change.
much reward than the middleman who is buying from them and then selling in the name of repackaging and all of that. And it is good that you are
Yeah,
addressing that.
rebranding.
Yeah, so discussions, yeah, discussions will go on and on about it, and we'll see what we can do to ensure that yes, craft, we promote it, crafters, we celebrate them, and of course, the business of crafts continue to grow and will grow our economy, and we'll all be proud about
Yeah.
that. Thank you very much for your time,
Yeah.
Mercy. I really enjoyed
Thank
our
you too.
conversation.
My pleasure. I
Keep
enjoyed it
crafting,
too.
keep
Thank you.
inspiring us. Yeah. All right then.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh dear, that was a very beautiful conversation there with Mercy. Thank you very much, everyone who has joined. I forgot to read some comments then, but I really hope, Mercy, that you would get to read some of the comments that were sent in. by some of our friends who have joined in. Yeah, Captain Mui here says money can buy peace of mind. Not at all, not in the least of ways. Okay, so thank you very much for joining. It is the Crafters Chat with Zazie, and it was an awesome edition and to have had a chat with Mercy of Craftify.com.ng. Till next Saturday. Bye.